Showtime. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hit me with that backstage passing. You love, you love, you love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime. Baby, it's showtime.
Hard work and dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we had our plan out. We don't ever try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, and I'm joined by my brother.
Rock the Writer, T-Rock, Todd, Rock, whatever you want to call me, man. I'm in the building. We'll have a good one today, man.
Yes, sir. We got my man King Shad to the right. King, tell him what you do, brother.
Man, first of all, I'm a DJ, I'm an artist, songwriter, producer. You know what I mean? I'm a motivator for those who want to be motivated. I'm just here.
Yes, sir. Today we got a special guest. He is a father, a son, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew, a friend, a consultant, director of Say Yes Buffalo, program manager, scholar mentor, supervisor, family support specialist, education manager, site coordinator, preschool teacher, acquired his bachelor's degree from University of Buffalo and a master's from Madai University. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vision Podcast, Daniel Robertson.
Yo, that's crazy that you found all of that stuff.
Yeah,
What's
man,
good with you, pimp?
I'm good, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the pod, man.
Man, you do a lot of things, don't you, nigga?
A little bit. I'm just all about community, man. That's all. You know, each one teach one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was supposed to send me something, but he didn't.
He did?
That's all right.
You ain't asked for nothing, Max. Start fronting. No, why you starting already, dude?
The other day, he was like, yo, you want me to send you a bio? Come on, man. I'm going to send it to you.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
You left some stuff out, but you did a good job.
Hey,
Damn.
listen.
Oh,
You got a long list. Oh, listen, he gets busy.
more stuff?
Oh, man, he's a mixologist. He's
Okay.
That's what you call it, right? Mixologist?
Yeah, I do. I'm a mixologist. I'm a bartender. It's a difference.
That's what I'm asking.
Bartenders just pour drinks. Mixologists, we create.
So I did good with saying mixologist.
Yeah.
My man.
You still left some stuff out, though.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Your pronunciation, your diction was all right on the mixologist too. I was waiting for you to fumble that because you know how you are with words. They're not really, you're not really find the words too tough. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Shad, you might not notice he got dyslexia.
You do? I know that.
But he got the new joint though. Yeah, you know dyslexia usually happen when you read.
Yeah.
He just got straight up.
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia. Just everything backwards. Word. So you know he got the new strand.
Relexia. I got it.
All right. So man, what you want? I know you know the other day you was like you ain't know what you want to talk about. What you want to talk about today, man? We're gonna let it be on you today. What you want to talk about?
It's on me today?
No. He said we left some stuff out, so we're going to talk about it.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah, you did leave some stuff out, but it's all good.
No. We're going to get into it.
All right. Well, where we started. We started from the beginning.
Let's start from the beginning, man. How, you know what I'm saying? What take us back to young Daniel, man. How was it growing up for you? You know what I mean? What was your childhood like?
All right. Well, I'm Buffalo born and raised. Grew up on the east side. Lived on the east side all of my life until I got to a point where I could get off the east side. Right.
Yeah.
I guess my niche is working with young people, and I found that out at a very early age. And that was one of the things that led me down that path was the fact that I didn't have my dad, growing up. So
That's dope.
around the same time that I first met you was when I met Will. And Will had Flavors Records on the corner of Delavan and Hazelwood, right? So Will was the first black man I actually saw own and run something. So I always kind of share this story with people in regards to just the mentorship aspect and why that's so important to me, because Will was the first person that actually taught me some customer service skills, how to interact with people, the importance of treating people the right way and just, doing what you say you're going to do. I begged Will for about a month to let me come in and work in his record store.
Oh, nice.
And Will was paying me under the table. After he finally broke down, was like, yeah, D, you can come in here. I will go in, wipe down his countertops, vacuum the floor. And this was back when we had mixtapes. So Mixtape Mondays. It was
Nice.
5 for 25 mixtapes.
Shout out to Will.
Yeah, big shout out to Will, big OG. And now we got a food truck and doing big things with that. But like I said, it was dope because I was in an environment that, one, it was a safe environment for me, but then there was also positivity around me all the time. So that was a dope space to be in. And then, you know, I met this dude, 13, started cutting my hair, been cutting it ever since. And every time I get in the chair, it's always some wise words. And sometimes it's a couple jazz and a couple shots. And
price increase too. Right?
Price increase, right? You know, I was paying $10 when first started cutting my hair. Now we up to about $85.
Yeah.
I appreciate the kind words, King.
You know, ain't nothing but love. You know, he throws some accountability in there too, which is much appreciated.
Nigga, all right.
You know, his job is much deeper than just being a barber. You know, he like a therapist too.
I appreciate that.
I'm glad he ain't charging therapist prices though,
Word.
because they really get paid.
Now that you said that, he gonna find a way.
I thought
He
about
gonna
it.
find a way to
I
incorporate it.
thought
I
about
promise you.
But, you know.
Word. My man Wood.
Pause.
That's his name, Hollywood, man.
No, but you.
My bad. We got the pause king
we
in the
not
building. He going.
we not gonna go overboard.
Yeah,
Let's just,
he
you
pausing
know.
everything. Like, he not even playing. I said we was playing the game today. We playing the pause game, but you know what? You gonna come here and pause everything.
That's crazy. He said it. My man Wood. That's a pause. That's all
All right,
it is.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
It did come out. It came
Cool.
out like
I'm
that.
down one so far in the game. I'm down one. Cool. I own it. I'm down one.
Actually, down. He down one because he's like, yo, the DK man. I was like, I didn't want to pause that.
Word shot.
Yeah, he was in his flow. I was like,
Watch the shot.
I didn't pause you though. I let you go.
Why you bringing up old stuff? Why you bring?
That was literally a minute and 35 seconds ago.
This it happened in the past.
All right,
Word.
my bad. I'm there to go.
All right, Mac. I asked my first question. You got one?
I
Journalist.
mean, I always got questions.
All
man.
right. All right. Let's roll.
So, what you took from Will working in a record shop? How old was you?
13.
13. So you was about to go into high school. So what did you take from that, going to the next level, being around other people your age?
I would say, for me, it was one, the hard work, because while Will was running that record store, he also had a full-time job too, and he, you know, be a full-time father. So it was like hard work, as you would say, hard work and dedication, right? And I was always a kid where my mom, she didn't have to get on me to do my schoolwork. You know, like I always wanted to achieve at a high level, right? So I kind of carried that with me through high school, and in some aspects, I would say it kind of deterred me from being the super social, popular kid in high school, but I didn't care about all that.
You was
at the time.
focused.
I was about my books.
Right.
You know, so I think in some ways it kind of delayed that confidence and that swag that you kind of seen over the years. You
Right.
know, like I wasn't concerned with all of that. You know what I mean? So I would say, you know, the main thing was like, I just keep my head down, do what you got to do, and don't worry about what other people and what other people is doing. And, you know, like, map out your own path, your own course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of did for me, for real.
Nice.
So let me ask you this: on your path to, you know, becoming the man you are now, as far as your childhood and, you know, growing up and everything, like, what was your biggest hurdle to get to this point? Like, you know, like growing up, what was like something you had to, like, you know, get over, like a hard obstacle? You know, your hardest obstacle as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Was it your high school years? Was it college years? What, like, you know what I mean? To get to this point, what was like the hardest thing you had to face?
Wow, that's a really tough question now that I think about it. I don't know if it was one particular thing, because as I look back, if I would say there was one thing that has been very difficult to kind of just deal with all throughout life, is the fact that I didn't have my dad. And I say that because the relationship that I have with my daughter is what I would have wanted with my father. Mm-hmm. And every day, you know, working with young men, especially young males of color, you see these young men that don't have their dads and the impact that it has on them, right? So, and then every day you see fathers and you see them with their sons. So it's like, on one hand, I know what it's like to have that relationship with my daughter, but I'll never know what it's like to have that son to father relationship. Right. But it's something that, you know, my mentor, he told me, you know, the day that my father passed, in 2016, in August, yeah, he said, you know, all those emotions and feelings that you have towards that individual, he said, write it down on a piece of paper. And, you know, the day that a day of the funeral, he said, read it out loud when everybody else is gone, dig a little hole in the dirt and just leave it there.
Wow.
Right? And just, you know, and I felt good afterwards. Okay. But it's still, you know, it's something that you can see something be triggered by it.
Right.
In the blink of an eye. but I think I've learned how to manage it a whole lot better now than I did in previous years.
Dope. So I gotta salute you because I seen you from your teenage years to your adult years to you having a daughter to you being a full-time father. You know what I'm saying? A lot of young men and a lot of fathers not gonna take on that responsibility. How has that? What prepared you for that? What drove you to want to take that responsibility on? Because you didn't have to do it, but you put the effort in. No matter how difficult it was, you did that. So I definitely salute you to that.
I appreciate that, Mac. I don't think there's anything in life that prepares you for having a child.
Right.
You can read as many books, you can talk to as many people as you want, get guidance from a bunch of different sources, but there's not one thing, one source, one literature article. There's no research that you can do that's going to legit prepare you for having your kid, because every kid is different. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying, relationship is different. I would say it was just, I said to myself that once I became a father, I would never be, what I had. I would make sure that I was everything to my daughter that I didn't have. And the relationship that we have it's amazing, man. I love it. Like last month, Mary, Neo, and Mario were here. We went to the concert.
Nice.
Her first big girl concert was Drake and J. Cole last year, and I had more fun at that concert with her. Excuse me, than I do with the homies when I go with them.
Right.
I joke about it, but like the only thing that could have made it better is if she was old enough to drink, because then it was like, yo, let's go. Like,
It's up.
For real. Like, and Mary J, like we downstairs, we on the floor. Like I was like, you know what? My baby birthday was a couple weeks ago. We gonna still sitting on these couches, and like you just saw it just light in her eye. Like I live for those moments, man, to be able to provide, and that's part of the reason I go so hard and do all the things I do now is because one of my sole jobs is to make sure that she has a better life than I had coming up. And there's no knock on my mom. Mommy, I love you. She gave me everything that I needed. I didn't always have everything I wanted. Right. So with Layla, it's like I make sure that when I leave here, she's in a better position than what I was left in.
Absolutely.
And that she ain't gonna have to worry about nothing.
That's right.
And shoot, that was a big, draw behind us doing the Financial Empowerment Summit this weekend, was just creating an opportunity for community to come out and get the knowledge and resource to wherever you are in your life financially right now. It's like, all right, you don't have to be. Let's figure out what we can give you to get you in a better place, right? And then set some goals and, get you with somebody that's going to hold you accountable. And the goal is to, for the people coming behind us, we got to make sure that we, lead them in a much better position than we are in.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Word. Let me ask you this, Shot.
It's good.
How's fatherhood for you, man? You know what I'm saying? What's been the biggest blessing for fatherhood for you?
I would say the biggest blessing is seeing your kids manifest the gift that God took it from you into your kids and seeing them do it. It's like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, that really came from me. You know what I'm saying? It came from my DNA, from my daddy, my grandfather. I think that's a big thing. Number two, I would say just to seeing them, the people they becoming. You know what I mean? And just making sure, you know what I'm saying, because the Bible say a man leave an inheritance for his children.
Right.
So doing that is really important because, like my bro said, like when you gone, you want to make sure that they have everything they need.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, this world is so against, us, especially as black men, being there. So just being there, being prominent as you can, setting the example and showing them what they deserve as women is very important. So for me, it's just trying to be the best I can be at all times, always growing because you got eyes watching you.
Right.
So, sometimes it's cool to see them, see me cry, see me pray, you know what I'm saying, see me fight adversity and tell them I had adversity. This is how I got over it.
Right.
Just being real, man, because this world ain't going to lie, ain't going to play with them.
That's
so
a fact.
we can't sugarcoat them, you know what I'm saying? And we live in a time where they could Google everything.
Word.
Everything
So,
is Googleable.
Don't lie. Don't let man keep it 100.
That's a
and
fact.
don't think these kids don't know. I tell any parent that don't play these kids, man, because what you won't tell them, they'll
gonna
go
find out.
They gonna figure it out.
You don't want them to. You don't want the world or somebody else to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact, man. Shoot. What else, man?
Let's talk about the breaking barriers.
Word. So Breaking Barriers is our Youth Leadership Council is comprised of young men between the ages of 12 to 24, and really there's a couple different pillars to it, right? So there's the element of youth voice, and sometimes people talk about youth voice and it's really like a buzzword, but for us it's real because we sit down with young people and we ask them, what is it that you need, you want, what are the things that you want to do, right? So even when you think about program design, it's a foreign concept to actually sit down with young people and sit alongside with them to build a program, and that's what we did with that. So youth voice is at the center of it. There's also the aspect of teaching young people about policy and learning how to advocate for yourself and others. We have a sport management component. Within our community, our young men, you ask them, what do you want to be in life? What do you want to do? It's I'm going to the NFL. I'm going to the league. Right. And you never want to be a dream killer, but we also got to be realists too. It's like, all right, that's cool. All right, what's your backup plan though? Right. And if sports is really your thing, all right, what are some other avenues and lanes that we can point you in that are still connected to the game that you love, but you just might not be playing the sport.
Right.
You can go be Rich Paul.
Yeah, you can train.
You can train.
They make crazy money.
Yeah, they make crazy money.
Dame popped his Achilles last night. You can be the person helping rehab Dame Lillard or any other athlete that's injured. Yeah. These are attainable jobs and careers. Yeah. And ones where you can make a lot of money, get connected to a lot of different people, network. You talk about sports. I wish somebody would have put that thought in my head when I was young.
True.
I knew I wasn't going to the league. I'm 5'8".
Right.
That's not going.
Same thing I used to do.
Well, we knew you wasn't going no way. So.
Oh, okay.
Right. You was there when I called his uncle at the shop. Was you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I called his uncle and put him on. Yeah. About. I told the audience I was never going to bring this up again.
But I got to though. Was wrong though.
What was wrong about my stats?
Because I never gave stats.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You told me clearly.
No. I never gave
Dude,
stats.
in the car. In the car, you told me you dropped 30 points. You had 17 rebounds and like 16 assists. That's what you told me you averaged.
I didn't say that.
Dude, we was going over the bridge. I remember you told me, fam.
Go to your point, though.
All right. My point is we called your uncle. You said which was the coach? Was your coach?
Yeah.
What did he say, D? What did he say?
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, none of that was true.
He liked to fabricate.
Yeah.
He said
You know what I'm saying?
None of it was true.
Putting additional.
The only thing that wasn't
What
true
league was this? I just want to know.
Averaging that. I wasn't averaging that.
You had a
per
game.
That
You had a
game?
breakout game.
That was the best game of your career.
All right, I got to get your uncle back on the phone and ask him about that breakout game.
He probably ain't gonna remember.
Call on the line.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably ain't gonna remember.
This is what I'm
But let's
talking
move
about,
back
though.
to D.
Exactly. Now you want to hurry up and get off that. But D was there, so we don't have to. Pause. Pause.
Come on. Come on, bro.
You talking about get back to D. I'm saying D was there. Pause.
Let's go back to talking about the breaking barriers.
Right.
This ain't about
Okay.
Yeah, we was breaking barriers. I want to break this story up. I
want to break this story.
I thought you ceased and
I just
desisted.
hate it. I just wanted
I
to be.
you ceased and desisted.
I did.
Dude, we not in court, man. Using these legal terms.
Yeah.
That's his segment. That's his
But
segment.
we not on my segment yet.
Right. But you brought this up.
I'm just saying. Because it's foolishness.
What
And I just wanted, because he was there.
Daniel, what happened was.
Call him Daniel.
What happened was.
Call him Daniel.
He kept
Is he
bringing it
down?
up.
Where he at now? What's his score?
He wanted to be a
You down
part of
4.
it. And he never heard of it. And he was upset that he wasn't a part of
I
it.
didn't want to be a part of it. Pause. I didn't want to be a part of it. I didn't.
Here we go.
I want nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
cool. Moving on.
Moving on.
So yeah, the sport management component, that's a big part of what we do. We're also in the business of trying to change the narrative, right? So society tends to look at males of color, especially black men and boys, with a negative perspective. So, and in addition to being on y'all podcast, we had a Breaking Barriers podcast, which we filmed with my guy, J. Crew over there. So we've been doing that for a couple of years.
That I wasn't invited to? All right, cool.
We gonna have you on. I've been telling Mac for a long time.
Cool.
Mac been playing.
Cool. I got beef
always
with
too busy.
Jamil now too. So it's another
see,
pod.
here we go.
It's another pod that you ain't telling us
I
what's
didn't
going
know y'all
on.
was still fluently doing the episodes and stuff.
Word. So they're not keeping us in the
Jamil,
loop,
is he
man.
serious right now?
They're not keeping us
He
in the
can't be
loop, man.
serious.
No, because I mean, we started. Y'all had came to the shop one time.
No, that was a whole different thing.
Jamel came.
That was a whole different initiative. We was doing work around mental health and wellness.
No. I'm talking about Jamel brought the young boys to the shop one time for the Breaking Barriers.
2018.
That's
This
when we
was before
started.
COVID.
That's what I'm saying. So I haven't heard nothing more about it since then because
So
I
that's
thought
how
we was
long they
gonna-
done had you in the dark.
We know who don't watch the Breaking Barriers
Wow.
podcast. We know who don't watch that podcast. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's called advertisement. We advertise every day.
Why do
To
I need
let-
to
to let you know.
advertise? You see me every week,
Yeah, but you don't say nothing about it.
but you know everything
You always
I
be
do.
like, man,
But you know everything I do. So you don't be like, you know what? Let me go check out D podcast this week.
Listen,
Pause.
Daniel does.
Daniel's podcast.
Listen, Daniel does.
It's not even my podcast.
Listen, hold on.
It's a podcast that I
Daniel
own.
does 125 things. We might talk about 5 of them, so I'm supposed to remember
Yeah, 'cause
his whole list.
Yeah, because I got a 5-minute haircut, and then you pushing me out the chair for the next person.
Wow.
Jeez.
Word.
A razor sharp 5-minute haircut.
You know what, man? Whatever, man.
Word.
Where else am I? Okay, we breaking barriers, right?
Breaking barriers.
All right, so I talked about those components. What else do we have going on? Oh, there's the financial education and literacy component, which we partnered with J.P. Morgan Chase. Big shout out to J.P. Morgan. I love them. Miss Ramada from Uganda. I love you to death. With that, we are the young men came to us and said, Mr. Daniel, we want to learn about credit. We want to learn about stocks and bonds. And I was like, all right, cool.
That's
Let's
dope.
rock and roll with it. So y'all planted the seed. Now let's go find somebody that we can partner with to support it, sponsor it, and we're gonna make it happen. So it's not so much about, when we working with young people, it's taking their ideas and giving them exactly what they need. You know what I mean? That's what Breaking Barriers is all about. Just the mentorship aspect of it. Mentorship was something that I've been afforded and continue to engage in. So it's only right that I do it for others. Right. And that's something that we also try to instill in them, is that at some point in your life, you have to also do this. Because that's how we fill in the holes and the potholes and the gaps in our community in regards to men not being in the spaces where we need men to actually be, to guide and support these young men.
Now, do a lot of those young guys with the breaking barriers, do they come from 2-parent households?
Some do, some don't.
Okay.
But even if you come from a 2-parent household, right, sometimes you can, it's funny, I was having a conversation with somebody on Saturday, and it was like, the same stuff that you was telling my kid, I tell my kid, but when I say it, they don't hear it.
Yeah, it's like that.
Word.
So mentorship is that aspect too. Like I can say something to Layla, but then somebody else say something to Layla and it click. It's like, I've been saying this for 5 days. Like now, okay, cool.
Yeah.
As long as you get it, you get it. And as long as it's the right information, I'm good with it.
So far as dealing with the youth and all, what do you see? What are some of their biggest struggles you see that they dealing with on a day to day? You know what I mean?
So the biggest challenge I feel young people have is disseminating social media in real life. And some of the things that they see on television. I feel like social media, while it's a gift, but it's a curse.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just gotta take, and you take what's good from it, but you gotta understand and know how to leave the stuff that you just don't need. It's like, I love hip hop, love rap, but I'm at a point where I can digest the stuff that, all right, Hove, you sold drugs. You got to a point where you're a billionaire now. Your business acumen is ridiculous. It's crazy. Your flow is amazing on the mic. All that stuff I can take, but then it's like I'm not gonna be out here in the streets. Like I can leave that.
Right.
Keep toss ad.
Right.
So our young people have to learn how to keep toss ad in regards to that aspect, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So you brought up the event that we did at the barbershop, the mental health and barbershop thing, which was a phenomenal segment, mixing mental health and men of all ages with the barbershop. Speak more about that.
That came about because of an opportunity, a partnership. Again, I'm always going to talk about partnership and uplift that in spaces because you get more done together, especially when you have like-minded individuals and with a community mindset and just want to help community. So that came about because we partnered with Buffalo Prenatal Network, and we had an opportunity to get a grant to do some mental health wellness initiatives that were kind of outside the scope of what we tend to traditionally think about mental health as. So within that initiative, we partnered with Razor Sharp, and we came in. This was one of the things that we did. We came in and we invited men into the barbershop because this is a place where I think we can all agree it's a safe space for us. We
Absolutely.
have conversations, we debate, we joke, we talk stuff, you know what I'm saying, with one another. But at the end of the day, it fosters that feeling of community. But one of the things that we as men have a hard time and we struggle often to talk about is our own mental health.
Yeah,
So it's like, all right, let's create this space where we can build, bond, connect, and bring, individuals that look like us together, have these crucial and very important conversations, because iron sharpens iron, and we have to sometimes push ourselves outside of our typical kind of limits in order to be better.
Absolutely. I didn't know how it was going to, turn out, or, I didn't really know what to expect from it. But the crowd that we got, to where it was standing room only, and, you barely could even let anybody else in the barbershop. And then the things that, even older guys talked about from clients coming in the shop, I never knew that they were going through so many things like that. So being that you open up the platform to give them the opportunity to speak during that atmosphere, amongst, other men, that was really dope, man. Definitely gotta do that again. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people was talking about it, and they wanted to come through, and they missed it or whatever the case may be. I'm like, next time around. But I think it definitely can be bigger, because mental health. Me and Rock, man, we used to joke around and talk about people mental health probably like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Just joking around, because you see people walking the street and just having ill vibes, or they may be on crack, or an old drunk or whatever. Like, man, people mental health is bad. But it really had became a thing, nationwide. People having days off for mental health. People getting on medication, people getting therapists. It took off in a way that we took it for a joke in the beginning, to whereas it.
That's a serious
really
thing, man.
Serious.
Cats out here struggling with mental health, man. It's a lot of cats walking around with it undiagnosed too, man.
Yeah.
I just seen a cat the other day. I was going to Wegmans. And this dude was having the craziest conversation with himself. He was like, duck down. It's just missiles. I was like, missiles. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, for real, he was wilding, like commando. Yeah. I was like, mental health is serious, man. It's a serious thing, bro. People's out here struggling. I'm seeing cats fight with themselves, rapping to themselves up and down. It's nuts out here, man.
Yeah.
No, seriously, man.
It's crazy.
And sometimes it's not always a diagnosis, and sometimes there's also a narrative that exists around, black folk and mental health, where, boys are scared to actually go to therapy. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy.
Not at all.
Like, if you don't have, it's great to have a mentor or other trusted individuals, friends and stuff that you can go and talk to about certain things, but sometimes you need another person that's going to kind of ask you questions and make you kind of self-reflect and examine yourself, and recommend different readings and give you some homework assignments to help you get to whatever place it is that you're trying to get to, right? Yeah. And it's okay. Like, it's okay for men to cry. Like, a lot of us were, brought up to be like, don't cry. You got to be tough. You got to be strong. You can't be vulnerable.
Right.
And, we got to start to, chip away at that and, defy that, because I started therapy, man. There's nothing wrong with it, man. Sometimes you got to get stuff, you got to get in
It's
order.
okay not to be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right.
That was the name of the symposium that we did, too. It's okay not to be okay.
Shawnee, what up?
Man, look who came to work.
First of all,
how you feeling, man?
I work. That's why I'm here at this time, and you two know that. Well, hi, how y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You're looking peachy.
Thank you. Pun intended.
Hey,
changed the aroma of the room when you walked in.
Did I?
All that.
That's that Pisces energy. It's okay.
Big Pisces. Hold on.
Big Pisces.
What's your birthday?
March 6th.
Yo, mine's March 5th.
I can only let you rock with that
You're
because
an
my daughter
amazing
Pisces.
person.
So are you. Period.
All right, now that we got that out the way.
So, hey, chill, relax.
Haters.
No hater here. Don't do that.
I feel
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own title.
Word.
What's your birthday?
What's your
Virgo.
sign? You Virgo?
No go. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
Elite. You the most elite Virgo it was, ain't it?
23rd?
You
My son is
created
23rd. I'm 24th.
I'm always a day
it. Mackie
off.
created the Virgo sign.
Yeah, where you was there when they created the whole science spectrum for everybody.
My aura is different.
Yo,
My aura is different.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying?
Word. Word.
Hey. None of us was in charge of when we was born, so everybody embraced their own.
Yo, he
you know
been
what
talking good today too, Sean. He been saying
He
all
been
his
saying
words.
his words?
Word.
Wow.
Yeah,
know
he ain't
why?
stumbled yet.
You know why?
He got saved.
I had to make him level up today.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Look.
Won't he do what he will?
Yeah, listen, amen.
Praise
Word.
him. Nah, praise him. I ain't mad at all.
That's what happened when you open up and you read a bio.
Yeah. Word.
Man, read a book.
Yo,
over there.
he wrote the way he, you know what I'm saying, read your whole situation down, you know what I mean, and they ain't stumble. I was proud of my man.
I was too, because it's a lot of people that really don't know all that stuff.
Yeah,
though,
it's a
for real,
big
'cause,
day
you know,
for Mac.
I tend
It's
to
a
be
big day for
quiet.
Mac.
Quiet.
We how many minutes we in? We 29 minutes in without a stumble?
Appreciate
Woo.
you.
My nigga.
Look
Appreciate
at
it.
God.
Swaggy.
Won't he do it?
Swaggy got his Gucci hat on.
He always been fly. Since Ultimate Creations, he was
Word.
fly.
Appreciate
Word,
that, my
my
guy.
nigga.
Fact. Nah, that's a fact.
So, Shawnee, I got to ask you this question before we tap back in. I have to ask you this.
I go to
It's-
therapy.
It's fresh on my head. I understand all that. No, this, yo,
What?
do you believe everything that be coming out of your mouth week to week, or do you be trolling me? Do you actually believe the stuff that you say?
Absolutely, or I wouldn't say it.
So you stand
I
on
by it.
You stand on.
100%.
Because I'm asking
American
for a
brand
friend.
name, stand by it.
I'm asking for a friend. My man wanted to know. He was like, "Yo, Shawnee can't be believing everything." You know what I mean? But so you really stand on that?
I stand on it.
Everything you said, we said all the Diddy stuff, everything that you talked about these past weeks, you stand on all of it.
I stand on it. Your man is nuts if he don't believe that what I'm saying is true.
Man,
See that?
You said you asked me for a friend.
All right, yeah, all right. So Reb, I'm gonna put my man. She stands on it, man. You know what I'm saying? My man Rebel, he
Tell Rebel to comment.
oh,
Put it in the
do.
comments.
He always comments.
Put it in the comments,
All right,
and
I'm
I
telling
will
him.
respond.
All right, cool.
With facts.
So what happened? What was said? I want to know why you asked her.
He was just, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we was talking about the, you know, Diddy situation and stuff like that. And Shawnee just had some outrageous takes.
What she
man.
said?
It
What you
wasn't
said?
outrageous.
What you said?
What?
She don't
what was
believe nothing.
She
outrageous
said she would have
to
been at the parties and she would have been fine.
you? That's
She would
not
have
what
been
I
fine.
said.
She
No,
would have
I did never
navigated
say
through the
that.
freak offs without getting piped. All of that.
That's
you know
what
what I'm saying?
I said. I
told
would've
no
never
one
been
leaves.
there without
no
getting
one
piped.
leaves a Diddy
Exactly.
party. Man, female, cat, midget, no one leaves unpiped.
That's
Some-
them. I'm a big
You're
Pisces
getting piped
energy,
if you
so
go to a
if I don't
freak off.
feel that it's right,
That's the
I'm
whole
out.
purpose of the freak off.
I'm out.
All right.
And if I knew it was a freak off prior to going to it,
You
Diddy
do
party,
know.
I wouldn't have went.
You do know it's
me and
a freak off.
my
This has been talked
smart
about for years.
friends wouldn't have went. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, we feel things.
the
as
baby
Pisces, so
the
we
baby
would've-
oil bottles are right next to the bottles of champagne.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If they just thought it was an
Yo,
all
her
white
girl
party,
was talking real. Her girl said, well, "I would have brought my own." She was gonna bring her own
well,
baby oil.
that's her business. She's not a Pisces.
She was bringing her own baby oil. So you win
That
it.
wasn't my take on it. So
No, it
don't,
wasn't your
don't
take.
lie.
That was your girl. You said y'all was gonna
Don't-
survive together.
That's
That
not
was
what I
both
said.
each
No, no,
other's
no,
survival
no, no,
tactics to make it through the
And
freak
the
off.
thing is, me being the person that I am, if I see my girl doing something stupid, I'm smacking them upside the head and we out. Period.
It's
I
all
hold my friends accountable
I
like
don't
they
know.
hold
She ain't
me
lying. That's
accountable.
Pisces. I mean, what she's saying is, we feel things.
Yes,
feel things?
absolutely.
Pause.
Pause.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Feel things.
yeah, because you was petty. You was petty with your pause earlier too. That's
Yo,
one.
I said D.
You down.
He eating nuts like pause. Like that's them is pause. It's semi.
Yeah.
I feel things.
He over here. He over here eating nuts.
Why you gotta bring me
You
into
ain't
it?
paused that yet. He eating nuts right now. Pause it.
Listen, why is y'all bringing me into it?
Secret pause over here.
He got nuts on. He got nut on his chin.
Come on, bro.
Don't do that.
I wasn't
Don't do that.
See, don't do that. Come
He got
on.
nut on
Don't
his
do that.
chin,
Come
man.
on, what you do, my
Pause it.
man?
Come on, man. Don't do that, bro.
Pause him.
Yo, what?
Get him.
Listen, y'all losing sight of direction where we supposed to be going.
That
No,
was this
because
one.
we about to segue because I told you we was gonna talk about my fault. Told Daniel we was gonna talk about some things. Let him get some things he wanted to talk about. It's off, man. You got the nut off you. Now we about to just have a group discussion right now,
I
man.
thought you was about to say something about my therapy or something.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I know you.
Advocate.
No, you go higher. You
I
an
do.
advocate for therapy. I mean, so you must need it.
I do.
Okay.
Lifetime journey.
Smack me up.
No, I don't know. That's not a smackable
You know
moment.
you my
It's
nigga,
not a
man.
slackable moment.
I was missing you, man. It was.
You should have.
I miss you, dog. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, I want us all to engage. Well, I mean, y'all two niggas ain't see it, so you know what I mean. I know she ain't see it either. Did she send us yet? Did she send us yet with Michael B. Jordan?
No, but I've
All
read
right,
a
cool.
lot
Let's
about
not,
it.
let's not talk about it.
All right, me and you, we're gonna go ahead. No, but I don't want to talk about the film. I want to talk about what people are saying about the film.
Okay.
We ain't saying-
Basically, how they trying to demonize, black horror. You know what I'm saying? Every time a black person does a horror film, they telling people don't go see it because they challenge you're gonna open up portals. But then it's like a million white horror films that come out weekly Ain't nobody telling people not to go see that. That's just weird to me. What you feel about that, Shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's some lanes and stuff they don't want us to be in anyway.
Yeah.
Just like when Tiger Woods playing golf, they said we shouldn't be there. That's just what that is. I mean, we do things at elite level, so I get it. You know what I mean? But I want to go see it for myself.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I encourage everybody to go see it. It was a good movie to me, man. What you feel about it, Mac? Think it was a good
Did y'all
film?
go without me to see it?
Nah, we just, yeah.
Yep, they did.
I'm just saying, because that's what they do.
Yo,
Well,
hold on.
Nope.
What happened to breakfast on the group?
Did I
breakfast?
not text y'all? I text y'all.
Mac,
Nobody responded.
Mac, did she text us? I didn't see it in the group chat.
No, she
Pull it up.
said a suggestion
Pull it up.
the week before, and that was the only thing that was said about it.
And you, two, in words, did not
Did not
respond.
That's for off the pod.
All right. I just
Let's
want
get
to
back
know.
to the.
Don't feel bad. I've been trying to get this dude to take me to brunch for since I was
Booked and
13.
busy.
Like,
That's
it's
what
crazy,
yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah, that might have been a pause right there.
only time I can see this man was
Damn,
when I'm
that
sitting
might
in
have
the
been
shit.
a pause.
I ain't paying attention. I'm talking to a young lady over here, man.
Yeah.
I might see this man when I'm
Stay on that man over there.
Yo, Shot just pointed out. He said, "Yo, that's how many he down? He done had a few."
He like 52 at this.
I'm above all of that
Thank you.
nonsense. that y'all
No,
do
it's
with the
above
pause.
it. Come on, I'm dead.
What?
On that side, you got a little fuzz. She got.
Oh, fuzz. All right, cool. Got some fuzz on me. Not nut though.
But I read the comments about sinners.
Listen, regardless of what they
It's
said,
so
though,
fun.
in regards to
Yeah.
not going to go see it, we went to go see it because they definitely hit some. I think they broke some records. I guess.
So you seen it too?
I didn't see it. It's on my bucket list though.
Yeah, I want to say it, especially the spiritual aspect. I had a lot of conversation with like very spiritual people, and they said there's scenes in there that is kind of eerie to belief. So like every time I hear that, I want to see. Because sometimes I go see it, I'd be like,
What to talk
I don't
about.
even see where it was wrong at, or sometimes it be too real, and people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? If it don't tie into what you think the belief is,
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that's what I really want to see about the vampires. They said things they were saying.
It
So
seemed
I'm
like one of
interested in
those
that.
flicks that you got to go see a couple
Yeah,
of
you
times.
gotta
so you
see
can catch
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Either way it go, they always gonna have something to say, whether it's good, whether it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with black films, right? They always try to, like, for example, with Tyler Perry, when his movies was going crazy, they were saying that make sure that your ticket says the name of his movie on it because they wanted to kind of boost other people's movie up by giving you a different ticket, but sending you to that theater to see his movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a little glitch in there where they try to
this
kind
nigga talking
of hold us
today,
back.
man.
You know what I mean?
That's real though.
You talking today, man?
He right though.
With no stumbles. This is the peanuts.
Don't engage. Don't engage, Francis. Don't
nuts,
engage.
He not gonna let
You
that man
saved
live
now,
at
baby.
all.
Don't engage. Don't
Let me explain
engage.
something to you,
Crazy
man.
thing is, nobody knows about how hard he was killing the peanuts before we started the pod.
Yo, the nuts was open the whole time. Pause. I didn't want to say nothing. You feel
Yo,
me?
how many bags this nigga got the illest? This nigga got the illest supply of peanuts, man.
Let him
That shit
listen,
like
listen,
peanuts.
listen.
He hungry. Y'all
Listen.
take
Yo, you got
early.
residue.
It's called protein, okay?
For sure.
Yo, you got stuff all on the couch, fam. What's going on, fam? Not all on the couch. Pause.
Yo, listen.
It's crazy.
Yo, wildin' today.
Yo, no, he wildin'.
You wildin', man.
That is wild. He
wildin'.
wild, bro.
Yo.
Come on, man.
Nah.
He left
Nah,
some crumbs behind, man.
Yeah. On the real note, though, let's man, Uncle Shay Shay, man, we got to get into it, Shaq.
Y'all got to leave Shannon alone.
I can't.
Nah,
Shannon keep putting himself in these
Pause.
predicaments.
I can't. Pause.
Right, pause.
He got to get it, man.
Shannon,
Pause.
grown man.
Yeah, he need counseling.
This is the thing. Like you said, I hear a lot about, grown men, and Shawnee was on that foolishness last time.
What?
Yeah, talking about Diddy grown. It's cool to, yeah.
Because
When
you
you
can't make a grown man do something. You
okay,
cannot.
cool. But what I'm saying is, if you 56, why are you messing with a 20-year-old, man? I'm sick of these nasty niggas, man. I'm sick of them.
Let me just tell you about people
Bill
we know.
Belichick doing that. Anybody
okay?
said nothing about him.
Exactly. I was
he can't
just
get a
about
job
to say
at
that.
NFL.
Still
He ain't even
nasty,
work.
though.
Bill Belichick, he got a youngin'. He
But
got like a
people
24-year-old.
we
The man
know
like
in their late 40s, 50s, like these young girls. They got kids the girls' age.
So are we saying it's right or it's wrong? What is it?
Are they over 18?
Okay, so this is my. So you cool with it?
I'm not cool with
so
it. I don't want my son dating somebody my age.
So if you had a daughter,
They coming for him though.
Okay,
Cougars.
listen.
they is because he's handsome.
let's just do this. You got a daughter, right? Let's say you have a daughter. She's 20, and you find out she's getting piped by a 56-year-old. You cool with that?
I'm not cool with that. But I can't tell her.
It's not nasty. That's
I
not.
can't tell
that's
her
not
to not do
predatorial
it
to you?
because he's not gonna go to jail.
That's not
And she
predatorial to you. That's
technically
nasty.
ain't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
What's your thoughts, Sean?
I don't like it.
On the age or
Just
what
the
shit?
whole this situation.
I'm gonna keep honest. Just as far as to me, you know, you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's insanity.
Insanity.
This is like the 4th or 5th case you've had with white women.
Yeah.
This is my first thought. You have black daughters.
Right.
You are telling your black daughters they are not good enough. You are telling them you are willing to lose your legacy and your empire for white women. That's going to affect them in the long run.
Right.
So they're going to always be trying to chase a man or something that values them. Because to me, you don't value them. So that means you ain't value their mother. You ain't do that for everybody else. 1997, you had a case of white women. 2002, you had a case of white women. Just 6 years ago, you had one. Now you got one again. Stop. It ain't working out. But then it's even in the conversation he was having with the white women. He's talking to this 19-year-old girl like he want her to be 50-something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get you a 50-year-old.
Yeah,
Get you 40. These
It's
women in
just
their 40s
nasty.
is cold out here.
It's
It
nasty.
makes no sense, bro. But it reflects us, too. And that's why I don't mind all of the coalitions of black women I'm seeing saying they not protected, we're not standing with them. Because it's like you saying we ain't good enough. You got all these issues with black women, especially men who get in these positions of power and get up here. They always want to downplay a black woman. But then when stuff happen, you saying help us out. Shannon, you got to stop, bro. Like it don't make no sense. I mean, if you can get on here and talk about everything else and podcasts and all this, come on, you got to use common sense.
Yeah.
That's just
Or
it.
like, where's his accountability friends? Like, everybody's yes
Right.
people around him?
Right.
I don't get it.
But see, if you got the most money, he ain't listening. Like, if you ain't got no more money, that's how them cats is. You got to have a certain stature of money. He ain't listening.
You gotta be right there.
Like
Wow.
Charlamagne had, it was funny. It was nasty, but he had brought this up. He said, just think about this. For most of these like cats like Shannon Sharp, just envision yourself standing over, he said, over a baby's crib, right? And she like, 6 months or 4 months, and you 38, and you got your swammy out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. That's
insane.
think of, because when that girl was what? When that girl was 1, how old was Shannon?
Ridiculous.
Too old.
Huh? Too old.
It's just nasty, man, to me, man. Like the whole Hollywood situation is just nasty. And it's crazy because, like you said, you seen what happened with Kells. You seen what happened with Bill Cosby. You seen all these examples. You would think, why would I put my whole legacy? You know what I'm saying? They not playing with niggas no more. They're not playing. Bro, they locking niggas up, fam.
They want to take us all down.
They do.
And like I said before, there is, to me, I feel like it is a direct plan for every black icon and celebrity to have an asterisk by their name. Every last one.
Okay.
Because you look at Mike,
Yeah.
pedophile.
Yeah.
Prince, what they say, he was a drug addict,
Right.
overdose.
Right.
Whitney Houston,
Right.
crackhead.
Right.
I
She
mean,
was.
yeah. Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
crackhead.
Yeah. Because of Whitney.
Yeah. Go if you go all the way back, David Ruffin.
Yeah.
You go all the way back, Donny Hathaway.
Yeah.
It's something nasty behind Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant. It don't stop.
Yeah.
It's like I was sitting there thinking, like, is there any black celebs without something by their name? Nasty to it.
True.
What about Mike?
LeBron.
Michael
LeBron.
Jordan.
Mike who?
Michael
LeBron
Jordan.
right for now.
What they
even
say?
though-
But they try to do anything with LeBron. They be crazy. They be crazy.
Yeah, they crazy.
White women
and I'm gonna
staring
tell
at
you
them.
something, because I want to go into this next too.
Hold on before you jump
go
into
ahead,
it.
go ahead.
I just want to play Devil's Advocate.
Go ahead.
Okay, everybody that you had asterisks by, they do.
Yeah.
But they put themselves in that predicament.
Yeah.
So
I
if
agree.
you do drugs, you set up. Everything you said, like R. Kelly had young girls at the studio. Bro, like they can't blame you nothing if they don't see you doing nothing.
Right.
But at the same time, they know what you do. This is how it is. I'm gonna hold it to you. All right, I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying? You got your young girls. You doing your drugs. They don't say nothing.
Right.
They go for a little bit. They collect data, and then when they want you, they drop it on you. Shannon Sharp has a history of white women. If you listen to that recording, she was literally planted, bro.
Yeah.
She was asking them certain things and
Yeah,
pausing.
leading him. Yeah.
As us as colored folks, let us hear a sound. Hey, hold on. You recording this call? Hey, bro, why you talking? Like, you know we gonna automatically.
Yeah.
You
Pick
didn't
right up
catch
on
that, bro.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes, man, they do stuff so much and they put themselves in things. It's easy to plant it on you.
But
It
what
ain't
I'm
hard.
saying, when the whites got they, you know what I'm saying, drug issues, and you had the Elvis Presleys, you had the Charlie Sheens,
Yeah.
and this cat was giving
Marilyn
cat
Monroe.
Yeah, Charlie was giving cats AIDS and all kinds of sexually transmitted diseases. He's
They
still
normalize
working.
it. They normalize it.
Yeah, it's like it's cool for them.
But did he make it? He didn't hide it though. This is the thing. When they came to trial, what did he say? I did it. He didn't say, "Oh, this is a shakedown." He didn't do none of that, bro. He kept it 100.
Word.
Every time,
yeah.
Elvis never said he didn't do it.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the thing we get political. Just come on and be 100.
Just be 100.
Hey man, this
If
is
you
what
a
it is.
freak,
This
you
what
a
it is.
freak.
You a freak. I'm
You a
nasty,
freaky
guys.
old nigga, man.
I
Just
like
be
the
a
booty
freaky
hole,
old
your
nigga.
throat,
They
and
had
all
a-
that. Yo,
they had-
we be like, you know what?
they had Johnny
You grown.
Depp
Like
on
she
that,
said, you grown.
Yeah.
All right, but it's when you get the lying part and all the deceiving. And it's like, now we sitting here trying to, we like, come on, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If that's what you like,
You're right
that's what
about
you
that.
like. That's all we want. Honesty is the
If
best
you gonna
policy.
do it, own it.
That's it, bro.
Can I
That's
ask you a
it.
question real quick though?
What up?
Why do we care so much though?
Could we made to care?
Are we though?
Yeah, absolutely.
It always
Why do we care
bothers
about
me.
what?
Why do we care so much about what's going on in somebody else's life?
I think
It's pushed.
it's pushed. And then this is the thing. I don't care, but once it's on every outlet, I'm watching. It's like it's almost it's just like a song that you hate on the radio. You know what I'm saying? You keep hearing it, then you find yourself singing it. It's no different if every time I would turn on Breakfast Club, if I turn on this, I turn on that, and they talking about it. Because it's like me, you could be as freaky as you want in the privacy of your home. Be freak out, do your thing. But once it's public, now I'm gonna talk about it.
Very true.
Now I'm gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? And then I think what it is too is we have a certain we hold certain people like Bill Cosby. We had him at a certain here.
He was everybody's dad.
He was everybody's dad. Michael Jackson, we
But
love
they lied
him.
on Bill. We're not gonna do that.
Exactly.
I'm
That's
just-
what I was just
Them
about to
women,
say.
lied
them
on
women
him.
came out and said they were
got
cohorts.
paid.
Come on, man. Come on,
They got
bro.
paid.
Yeah.
True.
But that wasn't a big story.
Right.
And to piggyback off what you said,
Yeah.
it's been scientifically proven that music is the only thing that go in and out your brain without your permission. It's
Right.
the same thing with news.
Can
If
I
you
throw a
hear
little
it
wrinkle?
consistently over and over
Can
again,
I
it's
throw
stuck
a
in your
little
mind.
wrinkle in here?
Go ahead.
So Shannon had that little incident where he supposedly accidentally had a recording.
That
of-
wasn't an accident, but go ahead.
Okay, right. That happened, right?
Yeah.
So Deshaun had his thing going on. Deshaun Watson.
He did.
But we ain't heard nothing about Deshaun until he requested that trade to get up out of Houston.
And that's what I said. They hold it until it's time.
Yeah.
You ain't hear nothing about Shannon with this
it's
until
time for his
he was
deal
about
to
to
come
get
out.
paid.
That
Right.
100 million.
100 million.
He asked for what?
You ain't hear nothing
50,
about Diddy.
half of that.
Right.
She want
You
half
ain't hear
of it.
nothing about Diddy until he was suing.
Diageo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, what's up with that?
What did Jay-Z say? Light skin and dark, rich nigga, still nigga. Anytime we feel like it,
Yeah.
y'all want to get too much,
Yo, you gonna get a
You
nigga
gonna
wake
pull
up call. You's a
pull your
nigga.
card.
I don't care. You just a rich nigga. You still a nigga.
And they gonna always
It is
remind
what
you
it
that.
is, man. And then this too, because you know what I'm saying, my father, he be getting on me a lot about saying the word nigga. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying. But niggas keep doing niggerdom. So it's hard for me to stop.
Nigga dumb. How many times I gotta correct
I
you?
put
Niggerdom.
ER because niggas
It's
are
not
dumb.
ER,
But I'm just
it's
saying,
A.
it's hard though. It's hard, niggerdom.
Thank
All right,
you.
Yeah.
niggerdom. It's just hard because we keep doing nigga stuff. It's like, this is my thing. If I see eight niggas that fell in this trap over here, am I gonna now walk over to see if I can be the ninth nigga to
Yes.
not fall in the trap?
You will.
Unfortunately, some will.
Yes.
You will. Like, man, I bet you I
But
ain't gonna fall.
I'm not like that. If I see eight niggas and fail and they didn't do, I'm going this away.
But let's be real.
You might think you the exception to the rule, dog.
That's it right there. You know what? I seen 8 niggas fall before
Okay,
me.
just like this.
I got a crew around
just like
me.
this.
I see how
We all
you think you
here.
can do it.
We all here to get to this next level.
Yeah.
You got to take a pipe, right? You got
Oh,
to.
Nah, bro.
No, hold on. This is what I'm
Here we
saying.
go.
No, real talk.
Pause.
Here you go.
I'm just
Here we
telling
go.
you
Here you go.
what's said.
You right.
It's a fact.
No, it's a fact.
Right?
You're not lying.
So, like I said on the podcast before last, if a dick is attached to my success, Yui,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be successful, fam.
Right.
I tried my
Exactly
hardest.
What I said.
It
You
is what
can't
it
make
is.
a grown man do
But
those
that's my
things.
point, though.
He wanted it.
That's
But you got perception. You got to understand. Okay, if I'm a cat, I come from the hood. I make it out. I'm portraying this role like I'm making it. You know what I'm saying
Right.
to all my peoples. Everybody think I'm living it up. I get behind these closed doors and this man says I'm gonna give you $5 million, but I gotta put this dick in you and record it. I don't want to go back and be that failure. I'm gonna take that privately. Hope nobody never sees, so I can come out and be what I'm projected to be. That's us as a people, not even just black people. We are so big on what we project people want us to see us as. And we were willing to degrade and lose and down ourselves to be that for people, but that's not who we are. That's why they'll take it. That's why they do it. Because they don't want to go back home. They don't want to go back to the hood and be that. They want to come back through and get that love. That's what it's all about.
That's a fact.
That's it. It's that simple. So I'll take that privately. And then when it comes out, I'm like,
right.
But nah, I want to look like the superhero. I want to look like the dude who made it. I want to have a story. I want to be on a podcast saying I'm this, that, and that.
But
that's all it's about,
and
bro.
but this is my thing. All the pipe takers are being exposed, man.
Yeah.
It's a bad day to be a pipe taker. This is a bad day to take
is.
pipe.
Pause,
It's a
though. It
bad
is.
day, man.
It is.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm still rich. But I still good. At the end of the day,
Right.
Shannon Sharp, going to that crib.
Right.
Shannon Sharp and them whips and them cars.
Right.
Like, y'all can say whatever y'all want about me. I still got my podcast that got almost 2 million. I'm still getting money.
So let me ask you this: do you think this is going to be the downfall of Shannon, or do you think he
Absolutely not.
he right?
No.
He
I
right
think he'll be good.
Ain't gonna be all right.
gonna be all right?
Man, because he has a superpower that other people don't have. He can literally relate to him. He's literally, when you watch Shannon, everybody got an uncle like Shannon. Everybody, I don't care what race you got that. That's it.
Yeah.
And
we all got a nasty uncle in
we
our
got a
family.
nasty
I
uncle.
don't have
A
no
nasty,
nasty
filthy
uncle.
uncle.
Sorry.
We all
energy is
got
like-
one.
I don't.
You can't even see that. Even when honestly, when I heard the choking, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even think Shannon talk like that. You know, this is his voice.
Yeah.
It's not
It
like
sounded
Diddy.
rehearsed.
Right. It's not like Diddy.
Yeah.
Right. Diddy, you like, we knew that.
Yeah.
Kels, we know. Some people we be like,
Yeah.
I can see
Shawnee
that.
said she watched the Kel's video and enjoyed it.
I absolutely did not say that.
What the porn?
I watched the
baited her in.
video.
Yo,
I didn't
no,
say
no.
I
Did she?
enjoyed
I watched
How
it.
did she say it, man? Did she say
I
it like
definitely
she
watched it
enjoyed
back
it?
then.
Listen,
It was
Real,
weird.
did she say it like she enjoyed
No,
it?
I
Yo,
said
her
I
face
seen
lit up.
it.
She was like, yo,
I
he
said I
worked
seen
it.
it.
She watched
I said
it.
he
I
was
watched it
working
too,
with
though.
something.
she
I
watched
watched
it
it.
more than once.
I promise you I didn't.
She probably watched it for like a month.
I did not watch it more than once. I said he's working with something, and that's what I said, and that's what I mean, and that's where I'm leaving it.
You-
okay?
I watched it. It
Did
was
you
weird.
rewind
Did you
it?
enjoy it?
I didn't.
So
I didn't
is that the
rewind
reason
it.
that you watched it? You
No,
you
I
were
watched
curious?
it because everybody was
You
watching.
stumbling?
Oh, so
watched
you
it.
you did it because everybody else was doing it.
Yeah, I was just like there,
So if
and
everybody
they put it on, and I
everybody
watched.
go.
probably
You
doing
go.
the line. You doing the line too?
No, because I don't do drugs. Thanks.
All right.
Wait a minute.
She
You
said
just
thanks.
said you can't make a man do something that he don't want to do.
Word.
Can't. Ain't nobody
But
make
you
me
just-
do it.
Money
But
can.
you just said you did it because everybody else was
Yeah,
doing it.
that's why I seen it because it was
So
there
what
and
you
it was
see, what
on.
you
So
do?
I
So if
wanted
everybody
to
was
see
getting
it.
piped at the freak off,
I just wanted to see it because I
so I'm
heard
saying,
he was
at the
working with
freak off,
something,
you
and
just
I
said
wanted to
everybody
see
was doing
what
it.
he was
So
working
you
with.
was at the freak off and
Absolutely.
everybody's getting piped.
No.
You what's
It was
I'm
the
not
happening?
getting
wildest
piped.
porno. I don't know.
They
He was-
spread stuff you can't
it
get
was
rid
I
of.
don't know,
crazy.
Shawnee.
No,
You sound a little
I don't want no.
contradictive.
I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of
I
freak
don't
offs.
wanna know.
Lead me to this point. Now, what do y'all think about TD Jake stepping down?
You don't want my opinion.
Give me your opinion, Shot.
Why is he
That's why I
stepping
got
down?
you
Why
here.
is
You
he
know I
stepping
do.
down? Why is he stepping down?
I got my own thoughts.
No,
First
just
of
tell me
all-
the facts of why he's stepping
He
down, not your
said
thoughts.
this what
Go
he
ahead.
said. He said he's stepping down because he feel his time and he feel like sometimes people can overstay their welcome and bring whatever they built down and this that the political. I'm gonna tell you what I think after
Well,
Shot tell
that's
me what he
true.
think.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is. At the end of the day, the tide is coming.
Yeah,
I would say
my
reap what
man.
you sow. Remember, the FBI got a lot of information.
Come
and
on,
still haven't
talk
said
about
what
it,
they did.
Shot.
I think he was involved. I think he was at that stuff. I think he originally was going there to help. He got involved. It's just like coming out. But I'm gonna tell you what pissed me off. Number one, I didn't like the fake
Thank you.
pass
Come
out
on.
thing he did.
Come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
Word.
It was so organized.
It was so.
It's
Come
like
on,
so
man.
organized.
It looked like an episode of.
When he was really sick, you mean?
Yeah, and they called the hospital and the ambulance. I'm like, yo, come on,
What was
TV.
that
Like,
green
why
leaf?
you going out like
it was.
this?
It looked like an episode.
It was
of
definitely
Green
green
Leaf.
leaf.
Green
leafy.
Yep.
Word, it was green leaf esque.
I like
It
TJ.
was, man.
And that's what it is. So it's just like, man, but this is the part. He is a man of faith. He knows the word. Just like the devil know the word, right?
Yeah.
So like in my mind, I'm like, you knew that it was coming to this. Like
Yeah.
you knew at some point, pause,
Man.
that it was coming to this, pause, right?
Yeah.
So why play with God? You are no exempt, man. Every pastor, bishop that's done this role. I mean, what's the name? Bishop Eddie Long, pause.
Yeah.
Literally said it wasn't him until the videos and tapes came out, and then he died months later.
Yeah.
You can't
Word.
play with God, bro.
Yo,
It's just that simple.
you are an elite pause player, man.
Man, pause. Yeah. No, but real
Yo.
talk.
Even
yo.
on somebody's name. Even on somebody's
Yo,
name, man.
He
That's
elite.
his name,
You
man.
can't
Really,
catch
he was
him up.
using that.
You can't get him off his pivot. He there with it.
Real talk,
Oh,
man.
man,
It's
yeah.
like, and I think for me as a believer who love God, it's just like me. I know in my lifetime that I'm not perfect. I have made mistakes and I have reaped it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's like when you are on the flock and they say that in the word, like that blood is on your hand. You know how many people you have not just infected in the potter's house, but all over the world, and then they hear you being a what was it?
Power
Something about-
bottom.
A power bottom.
Power
bro.
bottom.
Power bottom.
Power
You under-
bottom?
Yes. We
Yeah,
had never
power
heard that
bottom. Yeah,
statement
that's a new
before.
shit.
Listen, me either.
Yeah, that's a new statement.
Power.
But as
This is alleged.
No. See,
Here we go.
I told you.
Here we go.
She gonna
Here we
start.
go.
we can
She
say
gonna
alleged.
I'm
You
saying
trolling.
this is
You trolling
I'm not
right
trolling.
now.
This
Stop
is alleged.
trolling.
What you're not gonna do.
You trolling right
What
now.
you're not gonna
'Cause It's
do.
not alleged.
She's
what you're
friends
not
with all
gonna
these people,
do
right?
I'm
is
tired of it, man.
Not get the full
Yo,
context of what happened and the facts that happened.
No, what you're not gonna
before
do
you
is come to work
crucify
late
this man of
and
God.
start trolling.
I refuse. I refuse.
You gonna sit here and
I rebuke
untroll
that.
today.
So
I
then why
rebuke
not
that
talk about
statement.
it? Like, why not say, not from the pulpit? This is what I'm saying
Maybe
to all
he
y'all.
can't because it's an
Nah.
ongoing
Nah,
investigation.
stop
Man,
it,
forget
Shawnee.
that. At the end of the day, there's just certain
it.
things
That's
like,
facts.
okay, I'm happy she say that. When the man came out, the same lawyers coming at Shannon Sharp came at Jay-Z. What did Jay-Z do? He responded immediately.
Not that Tip Busby dude.
Yes,
No,
yes,
he's
coming
a
at
cash
Shannon.
grabber.
Exactly.
But that's who represented
But-
the white girl that's going
But
against
what I'm
Cash
Shannon.
saying
grabber.
is, when he came at Jay-Z, pause, right? Jay-Z immediately responded, and he said this should not be civil. It should be criminal. I should be in jail if you said I did all these things to you. He didn't wait. He responded, when you are right, I'm willing to go to war with it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
would've had a
probably at
lighter.
the advice of his great Jewish lawyer. But these people probably don't have the same representation.
If I ain't doing it, I'm outside.
And they telling him to be quiet because of the ongoing investigation. They don't want him to say nothing that he's not supposed to say.
Now, you're not going to say outside of my job. You're not going to say I'm outside. I don't
Word,
care.
word.
I don't care about losing no money. I don't care. Man, I'm going to be outside. I'm like that now in real life as a person. If you say something about it, I'm going to come see you. Pause. Because at the end of the day, it's not okay, bro. Like, you can't say whatever you want. I don't care about money. It should be like, as a pride and manhood, I have kids, I got a
Absolutely.
wife, I'm stepping outside and turn this camera on and talk to me. As long as you don't end up like R. Kelly, they're killing me, all that. As long as you don't go that way and you
Right,
talk
right.
what it is, bro,
Yeah.
you good.
You
But
good.
when you allow it, man, it's like, it's crazy. Like my father used to tell me that being accused is worse than actually doing it.
Yeah.
So you got to jump in front of it and speak on it. I don't care. So I don't care about no money. I got investments, but you're not going to play with my name.
Absolutely.
What the Birdman say? Hey, don't play with my name, though. Like, you're
All
not going to
three
say
of y'all.
whatever you want.
All three of y'all.
Nah,
three.
bro, I'm not
You hear
going
me?
for
He
that.
said like Matt.
Because you're going
all
to destroy
three
what
of
I'm
y'all.
doing. Nah, no.
Oh, okay.
All three of y'all. For
And this
real.
interview is over. I'm out of here.
He was ready to. Came in there deep. Pause.
Yeah, but it's alleged until the facts come out, period. And that's
But
it.
I mean,
Shawnee,
the facts
I'm not.
be coming out though. That's
Not today.
pause. That's
not
why
with you today.
we talk about it.
I need paperwork.
Why was
Now
he
what
at
you
the
do?
parties?
Why was he there, Johnny?
Why?
Why do
was he at
Bishop
the, why
need
was
to
he
be
at
at
the
the parties?
freak offs? Why was Bishop there?
Why was he at the
Again,
party?
maybe
Hey,
he
listen,
didn't know
let me
it was
ask
a
you
freak
something.
off.
Why are you at a Diddy party
not going.
anyway, Bishop?
Maybe he.
Why you
maybe
there?
he had a prayer segment
Nah.
prior
Has
to.
anybody ever
I
thought
don't
about
know.
this? What do TD stand for?
I ain't going to even say
Thomas
it.
Damone.
Take that.
No, take dick.
Take
Pause.
that.
Yeah, listen. Both of them.
That's what they say.
Jakes.
A power bottom is a
Take that, Jakes.
A power bottom is a title I ain't
Who
taking.
labeled him a power bottom?
A power bottom is like yo.
That's the
I
thing.
would have been ferociously hot, bro.
Who labeled him that?
Who I ain't never heard that exist.
Jeffrey.
How are you? What does that mean?
Yo, listen, you know you a nasty nigga when you got to fake a massive heart attack
Fake.
mid sermon to try to get
The
some
man
sympathy
said-
from people to
Maybe
get.
anxiety.
know
that
you
man
guys-
faked that heart
Maybe
attack, man.
anxiety.
He might have
First it was a
had
stroke.
a
It wasn't
medical
real. It wasn't.
emergency.
He
He sat there.
did.
No, he
Listen,
did. That
let me
wasn't
tell you
real.
something.
That wasn't real.
Anxiety
That,
can
no,
make you
all of
feel
it-
like
all
you
of
have
a
a
sudden-
heart
like
attack.
that. No,
No,
all
and
of
then
a
he
sudden.
fell, and then he
Yo,
said
bro,
he got
got picked
control
up.
fall.
And the music
I had a
changes.
stroke.
Picked up.
You
I
can't
seen
control
it.
that.
I
man.
seen it and I
Your
believe
body
it.
is not gonna be fall in control. He's like,
He
you
said,
know,
I commit myself.
Everybody ain't built the same, man.
Now you
His
no,
anatomy ain't your anatomy, man.
He started praying
You're
right
not
before.
trolling.
Say,
You're not
Father.
coming here trolling
Started
either.
praying.
Yes. You're not going to come here and troll
Why,
too
what is
long
it?
with this one.
I'm not
dealing with
trolling.
two trolls today. I'm not, man. You
I'm
know
not
better than
trolling
that.
though.
Come on, man.
That's just what it
I'm
is.
taking that as a dig, man. Trolls is short, man. You coming at my height now,
Oh
too.
my.
First of all, I'm short, but I ain't no
Thank you,
troll.
man. You ain't gonna be calling us no trolls, man.
Yo, gee.
Yo, listen. Now, but for real, though. Shot,
bothered me,
I'm
bro.
with you here, man.
Yeah, bro.
We here,
It was
man.
just like.
That wasn't real. Come on,
No,
that was
no,
Greenleaf.
that man
That
would've
was
said it.
I said it when I
Greenleaf,
seen
man.
it.
That was Greenleaf.
I said it when I seen it, man. I'm like, yo.
That was
Come on
Greenleaf,
now.
man.
You kidding me?
Was you there?
Yes, I was there
You
watching
wasn't.
live.
He was there. He
Live.
filmed it.
He was at the Diddy parties, too.
I hope he did.
He
Cut
sold
the
it to
camera.
TMZ first.
You
Cut the
can't watch the
camera.
pod now. No, Mac is everywhere.
Oh, no. He was at the Diddy parties, too.
Yes.
You got him up out of there.
Yes.
Not at the house.
Yes.
Not at the house.
Yo.
Not at the house.
At the club.
Yo,
At the studio.
you
Nah,
actually
it's
the episode when he
All
told
up in the
he told the story
videos.
how he pressed stop during me recording that bad boy. I was recording that bad boy, right? He came in, told Diddy we're out of here. He pressed stop on the control
And
board.
everybody followed him.
He pistol whipped Puff, took me and my man out of here, and I ain't never been back since he saved me from Diddy.
Listen, you straight capping, dog. You straight capping.
That's what you said.
Listen, I never said that. Diddy was not in the studio.
You said it, nigga.
Diddy wasn't in the studio.
He said he walked in like...
I never said that.
The man said he walked in like, what's the nigga name?
Had that man over the banister, man.
Keanu Reeves. What's the... John Wick. He walked in like John Wick. John Wick us out of the bad
1,
boy.
2, or 3.
Out of the clutches of Puff. Puff was about to Diddy-lize us, and he saw it. Pistol whip Puff got us up out of there.
Let him get that out.
Diddy-lize.
Diddy-lize is pause. I don't even.
It is pause.
I feel like that's crazy.
It's definitely
Don't
crazy.
steal that.
Did he ever train your folks? Did he ever train your folks?
Yeah. The man said, Max said he had a utility belt.
Somebody
Mac,
gonna
what you
steal
had
that.
on?
That's hilarious.
Mac, you said you had went to the
I don't
restroom.
remember.
You
I don't
put your superhero outfit. You had a utility belt and all that, right?
I just know I walked this up out of here. I know that.
You did. You did.
I know that.
I'm not gonna break you with. That's how you
Don't
saw
try to downplay him for saving your life.
He came in like,
you know I don't like that, right? You know I'm not too fond of you, right? You're just here on the pod for aesthetics because you're cute. That's it.
That's fine.
That's it.
That's
I'm just messing with you. You know I love you, Sean. Even though you can't believe you like the female Skip Bayless.
That is not
that is not a compliment.
Yo,
either,
you
at
can't
all.
believe the takes that you spew out. It's no
I
way.
absolutely do. I
Big
stand
Pisces,
by
don't do that. Don't, I can't let
everything
you do
I
that.
say.
All
Don't
right,
do that.
cool.
That's Pisces gang. I can't let you do that.
Thank
That's
you.
crazy.
So,
Hater.
cease and desist. Me and you talked about this not too long ago. Aaron Hall. We gotta pack Aaron Hall out of here, man. Aaron Hall gotta go. You seen that?
Yes.
It just resurfaced again, and I forgot how wild that nigga. He gotta go, fam.
He looked real old too. That didn't even look like Aaron Hall.
And he was
he was
greasy
pumping and
too,
stuff?
boss. He was he put like a pound of. Look, he had Crisco on his face during the interview. He was mad
He said he was
greasy.
smashing
He had a
And we-
petroleum jelly.
Oh man! And the
he
man
was
said
wild.
he liked smashing chicks in front of dudes.
He said that.
Like you, wow.
But he said he was
Gotta
in
get him
the
outta
Diddy
here.
party smashing too. He said
Yeah,
that.
he said Puff and them. They all know the size of his shrimmy paw.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, this is what
He
he's
said
a
that, bro.
wild
He
dude.
wild.
He said it.
He wild.
He's a wild dude.
He's wild.
And that's one thing. Why he ain't been brought up on charges yet, man? That was
because he already
that's
admitted it.
Come on,
He already admitted
He got
it.
nothing to lose.
All right.
He putting it
So
out
when you
there.
just put it all out there, you good money.
Man, don't even
Who you
come for
think
me.
taught R. Kelly? Aaron Hall.
Yeah.
I was his mentor.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's why he sing like him.
All right, let's go here, Shy. We talked about it on the radio on Friday.
All right.
Yeezy, your mans.
Oh.
Oh man.
We got to get him out of here, man. We got to pack him up and get him out of here.
No, man, we gotta get Kanye some help.
We got to get him some help.
He needs some help. man.
Once his mom
Why?
passed away, he went
They
down
gave him
the
help. He was
tube.
gone for 8 months.
Yo.
And he said while he was getting
Well,
help,
it
they was
wasn't
giving him
enough. He
pills
needs
on
some
it.
more
He
help.
don't need pills.
Let me
He
tell
don't
you
need
something.
pills.
Yo, that's the last
No, he
week
need
Shorty
prayer.
gonna sit
Yeah,
down
he
on
don't
the
get
couch.
his-
He don't
Let me
need
tell you
pills.
something about Ye.
I'm not
Last
sitting over
week,
there.
man.
That's
Ye got the help he need.
Yeah, you can't
But
sit over
Ye, listen, Ye got the help he need. But since he changed his life over to God, Ye feel like, listen.
To what God though, man?
Right.
He don't serve the God I
hold
serve.
on, listen,
I serve
listen.
an awesome
I'm
God.
just listen. Let me just
I
finish
don't
my.
know
Let me
what
finish
God-
my
All
thought.
right, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not specifying
All right.
his God.
Yes,
You understand what I'm saying?
You said specify. Yo, that's huge.
Listen,
Yo, that's huge.
Oh my
can I
God.
finish my
You
thought,
said it
man?
right, my
Can I
nigga.
finish my thought?
I love
Yeah.
you, dude.
So listen,
I'm proud.
he just want to expose all of the people
This nigga showing out.
that has
today.
been taking everybody down.
That's true.
This
Yo.
nigga showing
And
out.
that's
Showing
fine,
out.
but he
Because
don't.
listen, at this point of his
Yo,
career,
you got an EP that's every week, man.
at this point of his
Pause.
career,
Get that man some planters.
Hell yeah.
listen, man, at this point in his career, there's nothing more left that he can really obtain but more money into the things that he wants to do for himself.
This nigga is a scholar.
So he don't care. He don't care.
He is prophesizing right now.
He don't
Prophesizing.
He don't
Yo.
care about none of the
Philosopher.
masses and the people who got control of everything. He don't care nothing about that. So he gonna say whatever he want on his mind because he feel like they can't do
Okay,
nothing
but
to
this
him.
is my thing. There's, like me and Shy said last week on the radio, why now?
Why now?
Why you giving, why is you
More
saying,
attention?
Nah.
You don't need no
Well, you
more.
don't need that attention, though. That's some
know.
crazy attention to want, though.
He got global, like he's a global name, bro.
He's a billionaire. What else you want?
I have no
What
clue.
do you
I
need
have
at
no
this
clue.
point,
I
fam?
have
That you
no
gonna
clue.
say you've been sucking Swammies from 8 to 14?
It's crazy.
That's insanity.
Why I gotta be about attention?
okay,
though?
but
Why
listen,
he can't
though.
be sharing it to help somebody else, man? It might really be a part of his story.
I was gonna say something
Yo.
similar
It's
to
a-
that.
Y'all
I'm just
niggas
saying.
related.
It's a part of his
I'm
journey.
just
Related.
saying.
Y'all gotta
I
be
was gonna
cousins.
say something
needs-
similar to that
he
though.
needs help.
I was gonna say something similar to that he needs to release and get the weight off of him.
Yeah, he just
You know what I mean? So it's just like, but my thing is,
So you think he been holding that?
he been holding a lot.
He been holding that.
Clearly.
He been holding a
He been
lot.
holding that a lot.
But
Pause.
here's the thing.
My mind
A
is-
lot of
that's wild.
times, people need the validation of the world for the weight to come off of them.
we ain't about to validate you for that.
No. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is the world heard it though.
Yo, what's that award? Yo, this nigga need a Pulitzer surprise. He need, whatever it is.
But that's the thing. Kanye knows every
This
time
nigga
that
talking today.
that he opens his mouth, it's legit box office.
He knows that.
So,
Exactly.
But that's a different type of box.
but I
kind
go
of
back to the
box office
question.
we
Hold
want, though?
on. I go back to the question I asked earlier. Why do we care so much, though? So he knows if he opens his mouth and say this, that people gonna grab onto it, attach onto it, and give it attention
Clickbait.
and give it life.
For sure.
I'm just saying. So he gonna continue to do it because we've proven it time and time again that you open your mouth, we gonna pay attention, Kanye.
That's what
true.
it is.
Yeah.
No matter how crazy it is, what you saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of world we live in, man.
Absolutely.
This is just what it
Absolutely.
is, man.
I can't say that I care. We just talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
If you're talking about it, there's something in you because we don't just engage in stuff that we don't care about.
I'm gonna tell y'all why I care. I'm gonna tell you why I care.
I respond.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I care.
Well, go ahead.
Because just like when we grew up, we all had our favorite artists, right? You grew up when you was young. What was your
Jay,
favorite artist?
still to this day, Jay.
All right, cool. Mine's. I had a lot. Pause. It was Michael Jackson. It was New Edition. You know what I'm saying? I grew up liking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fan of a lot of. Yeah, fan of a lot of artists, right? So growing up, especially me being an artist, you kind of emulate. You emulate yourself after a lot of the people that you listen to and things, right? And these artists have influence over the youth, is what I'm saying too. So when you start seeing everybody saying it's okay to, if you Little Johnny, it's okay if you suck a Swammy. Little Jonathan, you know what I'm saying? Little Gary, it's okay for you to swimalize yourself. At the end of the day, this has to cease. I'm like right now, Kanye is now, how old now? What is he, 40? What, 45, 46?
something like that.
Okay, how many years this nigga been in the game? Y'all taking me there today. Let's go.
Like 25?
25 years. All right. Why right now, in the heat of all this gayness and everything, now you feel it's a safe place for you? Now all of a sudden, I suck Swammies for
There's
years.
not all of a sudden. You don't know what triggered him to come out and
Very
say
true.
that.
Could have been
And
triggered
none
by
of this
anything.
nonsense happened before
Could
when
it be
his,
that he,
when his
could
mother
it be that
was
he on
alive.
a Diddy tape sucking
No,
a Swammy?
it possibly, but when his mother was
really
alive,
believe it.
none of this shenanigans was happening. None of it.
But it's over now.
His mother passed away, and something shut off upstairs. That elevator didn't rise to the top.
All right. So when his mom died, he now instantly went back in the
Swammies.
DeLorean
It's not-
and realized
it's
that
not going back,
he was on board.
his brain- his brain is not working at full capacity.
Now you know how he'd be like, yo, so and so on crack, so and so on fentanyl.
He on boys.
That's
He on
wild.
boys. So now
That's
he realized
wild.
he on boys now.
How do you on
Get
board?
out of here,
First
man.
of all, don't
Sonny,
victim,
stop it.
don't let him be the like. If these things really happen to him, then whoever did it to him is the problem, not him.
No, he said him and his cousin used to watch. That had what was the porno magazines or was it porn?
No. It was in magazines. You know how they got like
Yeah.
Playgirl and Playboy. Like Playgirl is the dudes. So
Yeah.
They will
So
look at the
he said
magazines.
that he wanted to emulate what they were seeing, what they was watching. He wanted it to come to life.
And that's why they did.
Watching it, reading it wasn't enough. Looking at he wanted to bring this to. He wanted to reenact what was going on.
So he acted like a girl.
Nah, he
We
watched
just
the
said
dudes in
He
positions
watching
and they
dudes
tried
and
them.
dudes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
so he watched
He
the
said
porno.
he watched dudes
Dudes and
do
dudes.
what he did, performed.
Yeah.
He wanted to reenact what he. Yes.
Yeah.
Reenact.
This is
What
what
his
your man
cousin-
said.
He
man.
said that.
Yes. So now what's your thoughts?
I'm
You
just
switch
saying.
up? You want to switch now?
I'm not switching up. I'm gonna stay on what
You
I
staying
said.
on business.
I'm just saying.
right.
You,
And it was
you
his
just don't
younger
know what's
cousin.
going on with
Remember, it
individuals.
was his younger cousin.
Yeah, younger
I
cousin.
thought it
took
was
advantage.
older.
He
They
took
said-
advantage.
He took advantage. He was the pedophile.
That's what happens when you don't have them conversations with your kids coming up. They go practice.
He literally was through the wire.
And this is why I say it's deadly, because now if I'm a youngin' and I, Kanye is my idol and this, that, and the third, and I want to be just like Kanye. So now I believe I got to swimalize my family now. That's what I believe.
That's the word of the
like
day.
that.
No, I'm saying dude, you will be surprised how many weak-minded people that think that.
For real.
But you
Yo,
also
for
be
real.
surprised how many people are afraid to have real conversations with their kids,
That's
even though they're
true.
young.
Mm-hmm.
Good touch, bad touch don't stop at,
Son, you
school
just made a
age.
Good point. Without trolling.
She been making good points since she got here.
Yeah, she fine. She said, "Excuse me, sir."
Yo,
Not adaptable moment.
yo, I don't like Daniel no more, man. I don't like you no more, man.
What you
He
mean,
was my man.
Nah, he said
Nah,
it's over.
Man.
Nah, son.
He make valid points.
Nah, I'm
man.
just messing with you. Yeah.
I know.
Yo, you've been speaking real good today, man. I'm proud of you. You had a good day today,
Could you-
man. This was a hell of a
Nah.
pod for
You
you.
talking about the pronunciation?
You the
been on
MVP of the
point.
pod today. You the MVP.
Yeah, with my trophy.
With my trophy.
Don't
my
say
plaque.
Peter
With my
Clay.
plaque.
Ah, I
With
knew
my
he was
plaque.
going.
We don't give out participation trophies, man.
Ah, man.
Dang, what about a star? Remember in school you had a good day, get a
Yeah,
star?
yeah, but a star, I never got one. I was horrible all the time.
Dang.
Yeah.
You ain't go
That's
to,
crazy.
did you go to school?
Did anybody have that conversation with you about good touch, bad touch?
Yeah.
Me?
When did you learn about the birds and the bees?
Man, early.
Who told you about them?
My mother and my father, they had that talk with me. You heard? You heard? What else I want to know?
I want to know how they framed each person framed the conversation.
Well, my father's he painted from a biblical standpoint. My father's a pastor. You understand? So it's like, yo, touching.
You was a PK kid?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
y'all
a PK.
the worst.
I mean, yeah, it was some. There's some valid points to that. You know what I'm saying? For sure, I had my
Some
moments.
truth to that. Huh?
Yeah, it was some truth.
So your father came straight out from the biblical
Yeah,
side.
so I
and your
wound up
mother
having a
said
kid.
what?
Let's just
What
get to
scripture did
it.
he
I
use?
wound up having a kid as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't listen.
Yeah, because my father told me basically if you touch it, you go to hell. And I was that type of person that, you know what I'm
Let me
saying?
see.
Yeah, I gotta see.
So you wanna
I'm
go
the
to
type of
hell?
person like the oven can be on fire, the whole oven can be up in flames, and I still got to do like this. I got to touch it.
But
to see
wait
if
a
it's
minute.
hot.
Then
I gotta do it.
earlier you
What?
talked about if 9 people going this way, I'm gonna be the one to go that way.
I said as a kid. Not as a grown adult.
I don't know.
I'm just
Smart
keeping-
guy. Smart guy. I said as a kid.
I told you I was a
Not
high
as an
achiever.
adult.
That's what they used
Making
to
it
call
clear.
me.
You making it clear.
Yeah.
I get it.
I
Last time I was the one they was
Y'all
calling.
asked me about my upbringing. I'm gonna share. I'm feeling
ahead.
attacked
So
right
how
now.
was the conversation with your mom?
We asked you about the birds and the bees.
My mom is super cool. My mom brought out because my mom was an RN, so she brought out the book and she showed how swammies look when they go up in the wrong situation.
She tried to scare
so it
straight
was,
you.
No, that's
she
what I did
showed
with
me
my
how
son.
swammies look like.
She tried to scare
No, I
straight.
did that with my
Cause I ain't
son.
gonna front. I seen swammies that look like cooked yams.
Yep. Yep.
So it's
Hey,
like,
man,
yo,
pause. This whole
I ain't-
Yo, you doing too much talking about swammies today for me.
Hey, Jay, just put pause on that part. Just blink at
I'm
the
just telling
bottom.
you,
He
I
said,
can't. Listen, I'm trying to edit myself. I can't say the words, so I'm saying
Yeah.
swam.
no,
You saying
I get
everything
that part.
else?
I get that part.
No, but I did that with my son.
Yo, is you for me
So
or against
that
me,
was-
man?
that's-
What's going
that was
on,
it.
I'm with you, man.
Damn, we brought you on to talk and kick it. Now I'm feeling attacked.
I'm just joining shenanigans.
You've been attacking me.
And attacking me.
This every week.
The nerve.
Okay,
I mean, this been
part
our
of the
week. This
flow.
40 years. This 40 years of
Oh,
friendship
okay.
with me. Yeah, I mean, this
Oh, well, it
fair.
ain't, then that's-
This fair. This is my brother.
I shoot back.
Yeah. Pause. That was crazy. That was wild. That might have been the pause of the episode, right? You was doing so good to that. That was horrible. You
Fire
shoot
back?
back?
Fire back?
That was better. Shoot back was nuts.
Shoot up.
I don't be thinking about that stuff anymore.
All right, eat another bag of planters, man.
It's not like he said, I'm going to unleash upon
Right.
thee. He said, shoot back. Boss.
Yeah, you gonna hear
There it
the
is,
pause.
ladies and
You know it was
gentlemen.
nasty. You know that was
hit that mark.
horrible.
Yeah.
That was
Listen.
crazy.
No,
It's to the point.
That's in the person's
You can't even
mind,
have no
okay?
conversation, man.
Right.
You can't even have a conversation.
Yo, did y'all see the poster? It was a lady that was riding around with her dead kids for
Yeah.
like some months
That was crazy.
in the car, just riding around
that's
with her
wild,
dead.
though.
Wait, what happened to the kids?
Now that's a mystery. I
kill
don't.
him?
We don't know, but they was dead.
They was dead. She was riding around with them.
Buying the
Go back
McDonald's
to
and
the mental
everything.
health.
That's where my mind went.
Yeah, straight to mental health. But that's why I said earlier, it's so many people out here like that. That's just not undiagnosed. It's nuts. It's nuts outside, fam.
Now,
It's
can I give my real opinion? I feel like, to me, this is just my opinion. I don't have any proof or anything. I feel like after COVID, it should have been free counseling for people. you lock down people in the house for 2 years. A lot of people was in the house, you're in that situation. I feel like a lot of people lost their minds.
Yeah.
So then after that, we opened the world and said, go back out here.
Yeah.
And they lost it.
They lost it.
I know kids is different from it. So I feel like I'm not giving no excuse, but I just feel like that affected a lot of the world, bro.
Young people lost out on 2.5 years of learning how to socialize with other human beings.
And they still trying to, bro.
Yeah.
They still
It's crazy.
That's real.
For
That's
real.
real crazy.
For real.
Yeah.
You ask kids will tell you, like, man, COVID,
Yeah.
it went crazy. You don't know their households. You don't know my mama, that, man, now I don't got nowhere I can't even go outside.
Yeah.
I got to live in here with the cracking, and my mom's still throwing tricks with the mask on. Like,
We're going to reap the ramifications of COVID for years to come. Like, you disrupt a person's entire daily routine for 2.5 years. It changes you.
Yeah.
oh, man, these people died today. It's like, that's all we seen for a while.
Yeah.
Bodies and the kids seen it too.
Yeah.
So it's real, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking the other day, it don't seem like it's been that long, but man, it's been 5 years.
5 years.
That blew by so fast, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was wild, man.
Crazy. That was a wild time, man.
It was a wild time. I thought it was all fake. You know, I was like, here we go with the government. And then, so my uncle passed. It was somebody that went to all the gigs with me and stuff.
Yeah.
And when he caught it and he died in that hospital, I was like, it was in that reality. I said, oh, no,
it's
this
real.
is real.
It's a real deal. Yeah.
I didn't believe it until that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It was one more crazy story before we get out. It was now I don't know what city this happened in, but I guess it was like a track event or something like that. Well, I guess it started raining at this particular track event, and a participant from the opposite team went and stood up under the opposite, the school that he was going against. Is that
His name is Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, and he wound up stabbing?
Unaliving the white boy.
Because I guess he warned them, like, yo, I guess they was attacking him because he was over there standing under trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then, he like warned him, like, yo, this ain't what you want. You know what I mean? Gave him a fair warning. Yeah. And I guess they still messed with him. And then he wind up, unaliving him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He stabbed him with a cleat or something.
Yeah.
Cleat sharpener or something like that.
And them things sharp, too.
Yeah.
But
then he told them, like, quit messing with him. Well,
yeah, then I heard they took, like, his phone and broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yo. And that was just showing me right there. It's like, yo, listen.
Got on bail, too.
Oh, word.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
And then the father of the young man that lost his life popped up to something that they was doing. And they asked the dude to leave. It was crazy. Wow. I'm like, why would you even put yourself in a situation?
Yeah.
When y'all was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
They don't talk about that, though.
Yeah.
Being wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the comments online is crazy.
Yeah.
Like people saying that he need to get what he deserved because he ain't got no business taking matters in his own hands. And then some people like, well, why didn't the other two brothers go tell a coach that he wasn't supposed to? The thing is, it's not that he wasn't supposed to be over there. It was 1,000 tents over there. He just sat under, I guess, the one that they didn't want him to sit under.
Right.
So it wasn't like a restricted tent. It was
and my
raining.
thing is, I wonder how, he had to be really felt threatened for him to go to that degree. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what did they do to him? What did they say? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what?
They attacked him.
That's what I want to know. You know what I mean?
They kept attacking him. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, everybody not playing. Remember when I got the phone call a couple weeks ago with my son?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the second time my son had to beat up a white kid at the school, right? And I'm like, yo, leave my son alone. First of all, he's 6'2", he 250, play football. He's a beast, and he's only in 9th grade, right? You want to leave a nigga like that alone, right?
Right.
First and foremost, and then two, you know what I'm saying? He's dealing with a lot that like a normal kid wouldn't deal. Like he lost his mother in 2020. Yeah. He just found out his grandfather is fighting cancer and stuff like that. So he mentally, you know what I'm saying, he dealing with a lot too. Yeah. You leave a kid like he just want to go to school, play his sports, do what he got to do his work, come home. Now, what happens is when you like he was in gym class and I guess they was playing this game and the kid threw the ball purposely and hit him in the face, right? So my son said, "Yo, Dad." I told the dude, "Listen, did you do it on purpose?" Dude was like, act like he did it on purpose, like, and they called him the B word, right? So he said, "All right, cool, fam." So this is my son, So I always teach: hit back, beat down, do whatever you got to do if you disrespect it. So he called homie in the hallway and gave him that work. You know, it is pause. You know what I'm saying? Getting the business, whatever.
Yeah.
So boom. So when I go to the school and I'm like, I had to tell them, I was like, listen, everybody's not playing. You can't. One thing you can do something to somebody, but one thing you can't. You don't have no control as to how somebody's gonna react to what you do to him.
Right.
You might have felt like he shouldn't have did that, but guess what? You hit me in my face. You called me a B. So now it is what it is now.
And I asked you.
And I asked you.
Right.
What was it? And you was like, yo, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So bam, beat down. Then the last year he had to beat up a white boy because the white boy said something like, yo, y'all niggas need to go back to the jungle or something like that to the fact. My son's like negative. work time. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? And I let them know, like, listen, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, and this is the pros and cons of living, you know what I'm saying, in the burbs. It's like we moved out there because personally, I didn't want to raise my sons in the same kind of crazy environments that I grew up in, because I know the type of stuff I was doing and not seeing.
For sure.
But then when you move out there, the pros and cons is you got different stuff that your kids got to. It's still gonna be adversity, just different. They got to deal with that. Going to these majority white schools and dealing with the racism and stuff like. See, I didn't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I went to majority black schools and things of that nature. So it's like it's that kind of pressure they got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, you got to understand something. Like I told the principal, like, yo, my son is here. It's not too many kids that look like him. And he's a big physical kid. You see what he do on the football. You want to leave that dude alone.
Yeah.
But see, the white privilege is a real thing, man. These white kids, these entitled white kids, and they can say whatever. And
do you teach him about emotional intelligence at the same time you telling him to hit back?
That's where I was about to go. I'm with you. I was about to flip it and go somewhere else.
Go ahead. I mean, give it to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a real question. Do you teach him, in the midst of all that, do you teach him about picking his battles and emotional intelligence?
I do. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, he's still a 15-year-old kid who, I mean, at the end of the day, my parents talked to me about all that type of stuff. But in the heat of it, when you offended and your emotions is raising, you ain't thinking about none of that. You thinking about pounding somebody's face in. You know what I mean? And that's just real facts. You know what I mean? So yeah, I talked to him about all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, in the midst of it, you slam a ball in my face, and now my nose got some blood coming out of it, whatever the case may be. Now you got to feel some.
Right,
you got to taste some red Kool-Aid too.
Guess whose
now.
record is going to be affected?
Right.
That's true.
And now he got a target on him because it's been multiple instances, right?
Right.
So
when he want to go to college on a football scholarship, they're going to look at that.
Right.
That school record and that school file and be like, oh, so he can't even handle himself. What if he get, tackled the wrong way on the field? What he gonna do?
Right. Well, I mean, but the one thing that did help him, he's an exceptional student, and you know what I'm saying, he, as far as sports, you know what I'm saying, he handles himself well on the field and stuff like that. It's just the fact of, in these situations, because both the other kids got reprimanded too now. At the end of the day.
Did y'all have a meeting with them?
Oh yeah, all
See,
that.
yeah, and that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Like, so what is the school response? Are they clear on the racism? When what are they doing? Where is the intervention at?
Right,
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah. So yeah, of course I wasn't. They didn't tell me what that student's punishment was, but it was.
Of course, yeah.
They never do that.
Right. So, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, and those two.
So you should have stepped up and you should have asked.
But are they aware?
You don't think I did?
That's my question.
Take me with you next time.
All right,
we'll
cool.
get results.
But are they aware of the racism part?
Yeah, for sure.
That's
sure.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to bring that up, and they was like, yeah, you're right. And this last time he was supposed to be suspended a little longer than he was, but because of the fact that I came there and I told them we broke everything down, they allowed him to come back to school early. But and I've been in my mind weighing on like, man, maybe I need to get him up out of there and get into a school where there's more faces that look like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that?
I was going down the line and she was on, and I think about it from the standpoint, we was talking about breaking barriers earlier, and even in my own life, I got to reflect on certain situations that I've encountered where I don't let my anger get the best of me, right? Yeah. And it's like I have to constantly remind myself, it's like there's gonna be ramifications if I do this thing over here, because one, being so public facing, which I really don't like, but it's just the nature of the work. Like, it's like if I get out here and do something crazy, it's gonna get put out there, right? And now the young men are seeing this, I done damaged my reputation, and it's like, I always tell our young men, one bad choice, one bad decision can alter your entire life path.
That's
right?
a fact.
And nobody's life is meant to go we all want to be. We gonna start at this point, and then we just want to go ascend in a just diagonal straight line.
Right.
All of our lives, no one's life goes like that. It's always gonna be. You're gonna have highs, you're gonna have peaks.
Yeah, right.
But we want to avoid as many of those lows as possible.
That's a fact.
Right. So it's just constantly planting that seed in the lives of our young people and our kids that just try to be as emotionally present as you can in that moment. Just think about. There's going to be a repercussion behind your actions. Yeah. And that's hard to do, especially when you're in the heat of it.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you a prime example, and because I was tight about it. A couple weeks ago, I'm driving home. I'm coming home from Robertson, and somebody legit almost hit me head on. I was aware enough to where it swerved over to the side, and they clipped me on the driver's side, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm so tight in the moment, I'm like, I got back in the whip. I start blowing it down Elwood. Yeah. But then I'm like, dude, you doing 80. It's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, like this could end up real bad. Somebody wound up hitting you, then I'm wrong.
Right. Because it was a hit and run, right?
Because it was a hit and run. They took off. I'm hot. And I'm sitting here like, if I catch him, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah. Like legit. Like that's just where my mind was at. But then it was like, nope, pump the brakes, chill. Go back to the scene, call the police, and just deal with it. But it didn't take away that anger and that rage I felt. But it's like I could have made the situation worse.
You controlled it.
Right.
But that comes with time and maturity.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is, even when you talking to students and stuff like that and the mentoring thing, that's what you got to tell them type of stories and how to handle it, because that comes with time. That goes to maturity, and you thought about the outlook. I don't have that preparation, say in the moment, and that anger. I know you was high. I'd have been that angry. It's like, so it's so vital for us.
That's good for them to learn it as they're maturing, because anybody ever tell me about no emotional intelligence? I used to fight all the time. I'm happy I am where I am now, because Lord, God got his hand on me.
Come on, God.
But absolutely, like nobody said, like, it's okay, Shawnee, you ain't got to respond to everything.
Right.
Yo, like you don't gotta, you ain't gotta fight for everything.
Pisces people are emotional people. So we hear sleeves and we feel, we think, we don't care. We're not playing that.
And I take on other people's stuff
every time.
So it's like, oh, you said what to my sister? Okay.
What's the girl name that touched you on X-Men? Remember, should take your power if you touch you?
Jubilee.
Was it Jubilee?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Jubilee. We took. I got it, Mac. No, like,
why you shooting?
I felt Mac. I had to do it. Pause. But yeah, no talk.
All right, well, you know what I'm saying, before we sign off,
my one last question.
Go ahead.
If you was to do anything or was able to change anything throughout your journey from the beginning until now, what would that be?
Oh, come on. You going to come with that towards the end of the pod, dude? Honestly, Mac, I don't think I would change a thing. I think my life path it's occurred the way that it was supposed to.
That's dope.
If it was supposed to go a different way, it would have went a different way.
Absolutely.
I think I've been covered and protected from some things. I'm thankful and grateful for that.
Amen.
But it's going the way that it's supposed to go.
I like that question because 90% of people that answer it the same way, because we all have a journey and God has put us on a path and built us up to be where we are today.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
All right, man. Well, the winner of the pause game is Shot.
Thank you.
He was. Thank you. Yeah. You won, bro. You won. You told me you was gonna win, so.
I told you.
Yeah. You won. The loser of the pause game is either between one of these two niggas here.
Yeah. I don't play that game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just listen to it.
You play because we already said we was playing in the beginning. So you played.
I didn't agree.
It is what it is.
Okay.
You said I lost, but I'm mine.
You won?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, whatever helps you sleep at night.
It's a mindset, baby.
Yeah, all right, baby. That's another pause.
Emotional intelligence.
Another pause.
Emotional intelligence.
Another pause.
Bring me back when y'all decide to go do a deep dive in emotional intelligence.
All right, cool. Nah, but for real, on a serious note, for anybody that want to get involved and see what you got going on, man, where can they follow you at on your socials and all that?
Man, follow me at Mr. D Robertson 2324 on Instagram. The other page on Instagram is Danny Dangerous. That's for the bartender, alter ego, mixologist guy. On Facebook, it's just Daniel Robertson.
Danny Dangerous.
Danny Dangerous.
We ain't even talking about him today.
Yeah, it sounds like you was at them parties, homie.
Nah.
Danny Dangerous.
Danny Dangerous.
Danny Dangerous sound like a wild nigga.
No, Danny Dangerous is an experience.
It
Sound like he was part of Jodeci.
Word.
Danny Dangerous.
Came up. Word.
It's dangerous.
TylerMar.com. You already know, you know what I'm saying, the music, everything I got going on, TylerMar.com, man. Real simple, man. Go there, check the new music out. And, man, the music has been doing really good. Album been doing really well. Yeah. Man, check it out.
Thanks to my promotion. Just saying.
Man. Get rid of that big Pisces in.
Yeah, I was hoping she didn't.
I'm a supportive friend. I'm a supportive sister.
Hey, you
am
are,
I not?
I
am.
You are. You are. You know I love you.
She just want her flowers, dog.
I give her flowers.
What can
they find?
But she want to smell them before she
You
can.
can find me at Shiny 2 Eyes 10 on IG.
DJ King shout on everything.
Nah, man. I'm not about to let you just be that smooth, man. Let the people know what you got going on, fam. Where you at, where they can find you on Friday. Stop playing, man.
Yeah, man. You can find me. Find me on WFO. Every day I got my own show, 4 to 7. I work there every day, but 4 to 7 the show is up from here. Catch me at the next joint. Next big thing I got coming up a lot, but pause. June 8th, make sure y'all come to the Ultimate Brunch. D. Wilson, you got me doing the gospel brunch. Same day, you got Spin doing R&B. You got DJ Unk Trap. So Ultimate Brunch, I promise, gonna be crazy. But the best room gonna be the gospel room. I got a lot of surprises.
There it is.
Mr. Hollywood Mac on IG. The podcast, the Vision Podcast 24 on TikTok. Listen, y'all, we got films coming out. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment, be the change.
What's your LinkedIn? LinkedIn.
Virgo's on go.